Welcome to another episode of the Sleepy Podcast. Yep, that's right, the best podcast on YouTube. And it's your host Z today from our office in Shanghai. It's Tuesday right now, 4:22 in the afternoon. I really want to go to sleep, but this is kind of my job, so. Alright, today we're going to expose to you a very disgusting lie. A lie that has fooled the human race for as long as we can possibly imagine. A lie that covers up its tendency to atrocity with the appearance of virtue. What the hell? Wait, what? Shit, what the hell? Alright, sorry. It was my phone. All apologies. Anyways, 500 years ago, when we started to ratchet up the rate at which we were developing our technological expertise, we became stronger. But are we getting any smarter? We haven't really developed a moral sense as conscious and as elaborated as our technological sense. And the fact that we're capable of becoming increasingly powerful will necessarily do us end. Is this situation getting any better? A casual glance at the history of the 20th century would suggest otherwise. And I don't think there's any indication or whatsoever that proves things have improved in the last 15 years. And I can demonstrate to you what I am talking about through one incident. The myth about giraffes.
But Z, I have seen giraffes. They're real.
Sorry, buddy, hate to break it to you, but that's not a giraffe or whatsoever. What you're seeing is a robot, a hologram, or a puppet. There's actually a secret society that's dedicated to operating giraffes or controlling giraffe-related things. And I can tell you it's the LGBTQ community. Yeah, that's right. Guess what the G stands for? Giraffes, you dumbass. It's a secret plot to protect disgusting lies, and we send our kids to school to learn nothing but these disgusting lies. Every time a giraffe dies, the stock price of a projector company goes down. And you're asking me why? Well, it's self-evident because there's less need to project more giraffes, and that's what's happening when robot companies and cashmere companies are not doing so well. It's because nobody's buying their stuff to make more giraffes. Open your eyes, goddammit. So you might be wondering, what is the historical proof or what is the evidence that you have to support your claims? Well, I can tell you the story. It's actually a pretty simple story. The original sin started in 1836 when a hunter, William Cornwallis Harris, I believe, lied about his recent hunt. Because he was a degenerate, he was unable to produce spectacular trophy kills. He did what any other turd sandwiches would do. He made up a story. I captured... I'm sorry. That was not a very good imitation. I captured an animal with legs as tall as a horse and a neck even taller. But he was too big that I cannot drag him here to show you guys. But I really love to, guys. Believe me. It's totally real. And then it was a much simpler time. You know, people believed in each other. So the rest of his hunter friends stood amazed at his story. And that's when William realized that the only way to protect his honor was to keep this lie. I've done so much research about this interesting made-up animal. And what I found online is indeed very shocking. So I can actually pull it out right now from Google. Let's see. Wait a second. Sorry. I'm going to use Wikipedia because that's where everybody gets their source. Only the most accurate sources come from Wikipedia. Giraffes. Yep. So here it says, full-grown giraffes stand 4.3 to 5.7 meters tall, which is 14.1 to 18.7 feet tall. For those of you who cannot understand the metric system, and I've done some other research besides this on Baidu, and it's a Chinese search engine. It's actually pretty useful. You guys should check it out. Anyways, what I found was indeed very shocking. It tells me that the height of a giraffe ranges from 4.1 to 6.1 meters tall. So you can see how incohesive this data is. I mean, the people who are protecting the slide doesn't even put much effort to keep this real. I mean, which is it? Is it 4.1 or 4.3? Is it 5.7 or 6.1? Because you can't be both. I mean, take me for an example. Can I be Z? At the same time, Andrew? I'm Asian, right? Can I be black? I'm a male, right? Can I also be a female? Can I be a cat? Can I be a giraffe? No, I can't. Right? You can only be one thing at a time. How can you be 4.1 meters tall at the same time 4.3? That's not possible. It's not physically possible. Think about it. Think about it, people. How are we supposed to believe this if the data is incoherent? It doesn't work logically. And there's so many things that just needs an explanation. Baby giraffes, right? Giraffe baby giraffe, whatever. Either way, because of the length of its neck, right? How does it even fit inside its mother's womb? Does it coil around like a snake? Does it shrink and expand like those rubber fossil dinosaur toys? Clearly, nobody has an answer. People don't want to think about it. They rather believe in their little fantasy world constructed upon nothing but lies. From an evolutionary standpoint, giraffes can't exist. Biologically, they don't even make sense. It is thought that the long neck was used to reach leaves on top of the highest trees in the savanna. But what people fail to see is that such animals, if they actually existed, would be dying in droves because they would fall victim to lightning-related injuries. And can you believe it? This ridiculous made-up animal only sleeps 30 minutes a day. How's that enough to sustain such a mammoth of a being on a diet consisting only leaves, while enabling it to run away from predators? I mean, I'm so much smaller than a giraffe. Sometimes when I sleep 10 hours a day, I still fall asleep in class. Giraffes are placental mammals, which basically means that they're not like chicken, which comes from the egg. And so I'm going to talk a little bit about how they bear their children, theoretically. Because how their legs are connected to the body, an offspring would have to drop to the ground at birth. And just think about how long the legs are of a giraffe. it's at least 6 feet, right? Just think about it. A 6 feet fall for a newborn calf with legs as thin as twigs and a neck that's like a lightning rod. You would think such a behemoth with a long neck would be able to do something with it. I mean, it kind of makes sense, right? If you have bigger lungs, you breathe better, because every time you take more oxygen inside of your lungs, right? And by the same token, if you have longer legs, you run faster. So logically, you would presume that with a longer neck, with an extended neck, you would scream longer than most animals, right? Giraffes would be the screamer. But as a matter of fact, giraffes don't even have vocal cords. Why is that, huh? I don't know. The people who made this animal up, they can't tell you why. Because they don't know either. It doesn't work, okay? If you have a longer neck, you can scream louder. It is not possible for someone who has such a long neck not to have a vocal cord. That's not logical. That's not sensible. That's not what God intended. These are the creations of satanic people. And that's their plan. These are demons. Just like the Bible says, it's an intergalactic invasion into the space by giraffes. And I'm telling you, it's what the ancients said, it's what they warned us, it's what we have to deal with. They're demons. They're freaking interdimensional invaders. I'll say it. Make fun of me all you want. On CNN or Fox or whatever. Giraffes are not freaking animals, okay? A giraffe is a goddamn demon. And they shouldn't exist in our Christian community. There have been multiple incidents regarding giraffes hurting people, and you guys are just so nonchalant about it. Oh, it's no big deal, Z. Animals do that. I have a dog, and he bites me every day, but I know it's just a sign of friendliness. Yeah, it's normal. Just wait till these demons come out of the zoo with tinfoil hats on and beat your wife with their ossicones. And the part that worries me the most is an aspect of the tradition that's so terrible to the point that it's tyrannical. It's the silencing of the people who do not necessarily believe the existence of giraffes. And I believe it's the part that marches young men off to war in defense of structures that it had been protecting. And believing in the existence of giraffes is a part of it. Oh, you should believe this, because if you don't, then you'll be a target of mockery for your peers. It is the part of the structure that crushes the creative life out of you, because of the tyrannical aspect of it. Doesn't want your creative light. It's a forced sterilization of your innermost beings. And what this system wants is your obedience, because your obedience is what makes all the myths run smoothly. And you're always in an ambivalent relationship with regards to security, to authority. On one hand, it provides you with shelter and allows you to gain the benefits of thousands and thousands of years of cultural evolution. Or lies. On the other, it's the thing that makes you obey or face the painful consequences there are, which can range from social exclusion and consequent exposure to the unknown. You either believe in giraffes or you don't. You're exactly like everyone else or else. And I fully understand this situation. That's a standard existential problem. It's faced by people in every place, in every culture. But we must open our eyes, people. And I've talked to a lot of people about this, and they laugh at me. And that's really sad. Because these people don't know what they're getting themselves into. I come knocking on your door 1,000,000 times, and you laughed at me. Now you come begging for my help. But it's too late. You love death more than you love life. And that's hell. Separation from God. You go.